Hi, so today we're going to be doing the thumping technique. It's using some stamps and it's just using some markers too. So this is first, I have a Memento ink pad, it's Summer Sky, and that's how it's stamped out regularly. Now we're going to do it a little bit different. So I first have this floral stamp from Hero Arts, and the number is G5749. That's the stamp number if you wanted to get this stamp. Now again, I'm just inking this whole stamp up with Summer Sky. Now before you're gonna stamp it, this is the whole process that you're gonna go through. So I was almost about to stamp it, but I remembered. Now what you're gonna grab out is any kind of water-based marker. So distress markers would work, also Memento markers, and these are the Faber-Castell Pitt artist pens. Those ones probably work the best out of all of them. So again, these are Memento markers. So I'm just gonna be doing a kind of blue-green inking on this stamp. So this is a nice technique. It'll give you a little bit different look. You might not like it depending on what kind of cards you're gonna make, but for a little bit funkier style, this is perfectly this would be a good technique. So the Memento markers have one side that's a brush tip and one side that's a pen, kind of like a pen tip. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna kind of like thump it onto the stamp. So I'm kind of brushing it with this Memento marker. That was New Sprout, and this is Pear Tart. I was kind of brushing it, but you can also just thump it, which is just touching it, the tip of the marker onto your onto the image or the stamp. So now I actually did that with all the colors, and now I just stamped it out, and you can see the really nice it gives a really nice all around it has all the colors in the one stamp. So now I have this big background stamp. I think it's S6 or S5654. I'm not exactly sure, but if you want to really know, then you can just go back in the video. Now this is a herringbone stamp herringbone background stamp from Hero Arts. I really like it. It's a really good and versatile background stamp to have always. Now I'm just gonna stamp it on this blue cardstock and then heat emboss it in clear embossing powder. But back to the that thumping technique. So once you're just gonna do that thumping with your markers onto that stamp, and you're just gonna keep on doing it with different colors and just do as much as certain color as you want. Now then at the end you're gonna want to huff on it, because you're gonna want to get the water reactivated, because some of the ink will dry onto that onto your stamp. So that's what you're gonna want to huff on it a couple times just to get it moistened slightly, and then you can stamp it onto your white cardstock and it'll be perfectly fine. Now as you can see there, I stamped in Versamark that herringbone stamp onto that blue cardstock, and I'm gonna be using that Imagine clear embossing powder again, and I'm just folding this piece of white cardstock, and then I'm gonna put this piece right in the middle, and I just folded that white cardstock so it's easier to funnel back the clear embossing powder back into the bottle. Now you're gonna want to be very generous. I'm just pouring it over this I'm just using that entire bottle and pouring it all over this entire sheet, because I know that everything that after I take all of this, the excess embossing powder off, I know that all the excess will go back into the jar. So I'm perfectly fine with being very generous and making sure that everywhere is covered very well. So now I just picked it up with some of my tweezers, and then I'm kind of tapping off the back, trying to get all the excess powder off, and I'm just putting a little bit more in places that didn't get it, and then now I'm going to heat emboss it. So there you can see I heat embossed it, and then there's my floral image again, and now I have this blue and white baker's twine, and I'm going to be using this button on this card. So it's gonna make it look a little bit fancier, but because it's baker's twine, it's gonna still make it a little bit more natural-ish. So it'll give a kind of neat look. Now you're just gonna wanna, I'm just wrapped it around a couple times, and then now I'm gonna thread the baker's twine through in the button. So now I'm just gonna tie this button onto this piece. It'll give a different look, but it's kind of neat depending on what kind of card you want to make. So now as you can see there, I just threaded it through, and then now I'm gonna cut off the end of this other side, and then off from the spool, and then I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna thread it through the button, and then I'm gonna tie it in a bow. So as you can see there, I just tied it, and you're just gonna wanna kind of you can move it around to place the button exactly where you want it. I kind of wanted it more in the middle of that stem part of the flower. And then now I'm just gonna tie a little knot, and then I'm gonna tie a bow. Now and then once you're done with this, then it's gonna give a kind of nice look to it. Now after as you can see there, that's kind of like it's my finished front piece. Now you are gonna want to put a glue dot behind that button, and as well as the whole layer of my whole flower, I put it on with some foam adhesive to make it pop out a little bit. Now I'm just gonna stamp this thinking of you stamp in VersaFine, and as you can see there, it gave a really nice image. Now I brought out this gel pen from Uniball, and it's a silver gel pen, and it's a really nice and smooth, so it gives a really nice, you can really do some nice things with it. So I just did some doodles around the bottom of the card and toward the middle of the card, and here's the finish, and I just added some rhinestones, and there's the front of the card. And have a great day. Thanks for watching.